Hey, Maluelele, Bulavanaka, Talofa Lava, and welcome to the 2022 New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament, coming to you live from the beautiful Colmar Sports Centre here in Papatoetoe, Auckland. I'm Brad Pittman and I'll be with you for all the action going over this exciting Easter weekend. For those of you new to Heritage Hockey Tournament, this is in our second year and it is a competition and culmination between the New Zealand Pasifika, New Zealand Indian, New Zealand Maori and the newly formed Heritage Barbarian sides. After huge successes in 2021, this tournament is looking to be even bigger and better this year. It's the final game of the day today between the New Zealand Pasifika men and the New Zealand Maori Tāne, as we see the captains do their coin toss and get together there. This is expected to be a hard and fast physical game, with these two teams actually meeting in the bronze medal match in last year's tournament. The last game they played was against each other. I'm joined again by Alpesh Puna, former New Zealand men's hockey player, who joined me for the last game. Alpesh, welcome back. Looking forward to another cracker. How was that last game?
Fast and furious. Wouldn't have it any other way. So looking forward to the same this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the teams come out here, it will be the Maori Tāne in black and the Pasifika men in the white and grey. Our umpires for today's game are Dan Burt and Anton Paulin. And this is, like I said, it's going to be a fast one. It's going to be physical. Both of these teams played each other twice in a row at the end of last year's tournament, and this is their first game up for this year's tournament. As we take a quick look at some of the lineups and key matchups for today's game, the Pasifika side will feature a number of experienced players, but it's this Māori men's side who will feature the likes of Juri Hedawini, Tehiraka Chase, Stephen Atkinson, Harley Cooper in goal, and they'll be led by Tūwharetoa Hapi, and the Māori men's side coached again this year by Boss Edmonds. They'll be fast, they'll be physical. They've got a lot of players that played together for Tamaki Makaurau in the national Māori tournament, and they'll be looking to link up and play well together today. In the Pasifika men's side, we saw Aiden and Xander Fraser play really well together last year. They're led by Jan Peterson, who's played a lot of hockey at a very high level, as well as guys like Stu Pitu, Luke Aldred, Daniel Scanlon, who have all played through high-level competitive hockey. As we do look back out to the field now, we will have the New Zealand Māori team present their haka before the game. Alright, we've had a condensed version there for the first game. I'm sure we'll get the full version later in the week as the stakes raise up a little bit. But like I said, it will be the Pasifika men in the white and the Māori Tāne in the black. Looks like Pasifika will have first use of the ball through their captain, Jan Peterson. They'll be playing left to right on your screens as we see it. And we are ready to kick off the final men's game and final game of day one here at the New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament, coming to you from Colmar Sports Centre in Papatoetoe. Alpesh, what are you looking forward to in this game? We had an exciting one in the first one. This one's probably going to be just as exciting and just as physical. What are you looking forward to?
I think just more of the same, open and skill. But I also want to see, like, just, you know, a bit of pride and passion, I think, as well. Yeah, all the guys on the field, they've got their own individual pride, but also the team pride. You know, play for the team. We don't get opportunities like this for guys to come together. We're all busy with our clubs and rep programs and stuff, but this is a great opportunity for to represent your community.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's there's been a lot of work in behind the scenes. I know certainly for this Pasifika side, both the men's and women's getting it off the ground, and guys like Brett Lever and Kevin Fraser and Paul Magoon getting this program happening. So there is a certain element of pride.
Okay. I like the start already of this game. They just went forward off the hit off. Perfect. None of this passing it back to the fullback to muck around with it.
And a big overhead transfer across the side of the field. Yeah, it's going to be fast and it's going to be fun.
This is going to be free.
Like I mentioned, both these teams met for the final 2 games of Heritage Hockey last year, one being the final pool game and the latter being the bronze medal match. So this is 3 times in a row these teams have played each other now, with 1 each being the score so far. So this will be an exciting little tussle here in the first quarter there, as we see intercepted well by Daniel Scanlon. Plays his hockey down in the Waikato. And just searching for something across the front of the goal, but it didn't come for them. They will keep possession though, as it was cleared away by the Maori team. It's Peter Falstead there out on the ball for the Pasifika men's side. And he gets it as far as the foot of Jury Hedawini.
Sounded like it would have hurt.
Yeah, that's not the one you want in the first minute of the game. It's Stu Pidu at the back. For those of you who were involved in watching last year's tournament, you take note of the way that he and the Fraser brothers really controlled the ball around the back and through the midfield in last year's games. There's option there for Julius Tullival playing out a right half there to go forward. Now win another free hit here. It's a little pick tackle there from Te Hiraka Chase. Looks as casual as it wants. Well, that is back to Stu Pidu, and this is Zach Buenamasi on the left half there. He just turned the ball over, and it's the Maori team coming forward through Iverson. No. Give away the free hit.
That's Maori.
And that's Xander Fraser there on the ball. His younger brother Aiden Fraser also playing in the midfield. See here, the Pasifika men's side well structured in their repositioning around the back, led by Stu Pidu. And when they will have guys like Luke Aldred come onto the field playing a similar role. This is Te Hiraka Chase.
One thing you already see about the Pasifika team is they've got Brett Lever's fingerprints all over their game plan. You know how quickly they're moving the ball. You can really hear the noise when they're like trapping the ball, and that you just know how quick the ball's being moved around.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big exponent of good, strong quality ball pace, making sure the ball doesn't stay stagnant. They've got some good distributors of the ball out of the back here as the Maori team come forward and earn themselves a little free hit going forward. It is Taimana Iverson up front there, linking up with his Tamaki Makoto teammate, but unable to pull it in. This is Julius Tullival here at right half. He was looking for Aiden Fraser, but it's been picked. And picked back there.
Oh, he's done that.
It's Adam Kailea.
Great pass.
there
pass.
receiving the overhead. Unable to get the ball through. And this is Taiwan Iverson coming forward with the ball, but only gets as far as Peter Falstead, who does well in cover defence.
Oh, nice work.
That's a good pass.
Reset. Oi, strikers, I need you to come back. Hold on back.
Yeah, we can already hear Harley Cooper in goal for the New Zealand Maori team. Very vocal.
Yeah. Pretty demanding.
Yep, yeah, he'll keep expecting of his players.
Certainly wouldn't confuse any of his teammates with his instructions.
No, loud and clear, I think, is what they call Harley.
I'd also hate to know what he'd do if you didn't actually listen to him.
It's an unforced error there as Buenamasi was just trying to find Adrian Smith, who's come onto the field for the Pasifika men's side. Adrian Smith, a current member of the Fijian men's national side, plays his hockey down in Christchurch.
Oh, you're just showing off there. You can't do that in the first couple of minutes of the game. Just turn your back and reverse down the sideline.
Yeah, that's some pretty confident work there in the third minute by Te Raka Chase. If there's anyone that can do it, though, it's him pretty confidently, so don't be surprised to see that again. He's just attempting to link up with Kiharoa Iverson there down the left side, but yeah, first game signs here, just the ball not sticking to the stick, and it's typical of the first game of the tournament.
Yeah.
Got Talavau and Pitu at the back here. It's Aidan Fraser linking up with Adrian Smith. That's nicely played. A great little option forward. And this is Te Raka Chase. Pretty cool and calm on the ball.
Yeah. Dribble out of defence, no worries at all.
And this is Jan Peterson. He's trouble going forward. He finds Tai Wihare. Yeah, unfortunately, just giving away a penalty corner there was the skipper for the Maori team, Tuwharetoa Hapi. Was a little bit physical on the challenge there with Tai Wihare as we look at the replay. It was a nice little intercept here by Jan Peterson, and he releases Tai Wihare going forward with the ball, and it's just that physical challenge there that is not up to scratch, and it will be the Pasifika men's side now. Interestingly, he's just come onto the field, but Luke Aldred is set up on the first bracket. He's a strong flicker of the ball. Plays his hockey up here in Auckland now, originally from Waikato. Yep, wow. Goes to him and straight down that line. A little bit of deception on the late draw. That's pretty well placed into the corner. Yeah, absolutely. As we look at the replay here, set up on the first bracket, it is Luke Aldred with the goal. Yeah, that's a tough line to pick up, that one, unfortunately. Right in the corner. And this is Javan Jones coming forward with the ball for the Pasifika men. Young fella playing his hockey down at Waikato University Hockey Club. He's out there for the Pasifika men's side. That's Adrian Smith.
I think Javan Jones is from Northland originally, is that correct?
Yeah. Had his old man Tama on the call on one of the earlier games.
Okay.
Yep, so originally from Northland, now down in Hamilton at University.
Yeah.
And we can see there the Māori team just content getting the ball at the other end of the field, and they're going to sit out to a half-court press here.
I think that's a good option. They really just haven't strung any passes together, the Maori, so far.
Oh, that's a lovely slip ball from one Fraser to the other Fraser. We'll practice that in the backyard, I assume.
Slightly annoying there. They called for the half court and then just let them through a bit too easy.
Yeah, on a single slip through between the two strikers.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of just a new team coming together, just not knowing lines and that.
Yep. Yeah, I was equally impressed last year, but the way that this Pasifika men's side moved the ball is fantastic. There's a nice cut pass.
No.
Yeah, very impressive. Like you say, it's got Coach Brett Lever written all over it, their ability to move the ball at pace. Always have a guy there available. Good solid intercept there.
See, I kind of don't mind like turning the ball over around halfway there. You know, like if you saw the lead up to the penalty corner, the guy dribbled it out, you know, tried to dribble out of defence and turn the ball over on the 25. At least if they're trying to make a big pass, it just, you know, turning the ball over further up the field is less risky than, you know,
on your 25-yard line.
Yeah. Not a good game plan. Let's turn the ball over on the 25, eh?
This is Xander Fraser here, just rolling the ball down to Javan Jones, who has someone had their stick dispatched in the middle of all of that.
So what's Tama up to? Is he part of the weekend?
Yeah, so he's here watching. He's part of Hockey New Zealand in the community development space currently, but he's up here for the weekend, or down here for the weekend.
Ah, cool.
Supporting his young fella and obviously supporting Pasifika hockey.
Yeah.
And he knows about all of
He was a solid player in his time as well.
Yep. Yeah, and he knows about all of the hard work. The guy, like I said, the guys like Kevin Fraser and Brett Lever and Paul Magoon and that group have put into making this a reality for these Pasifika boys and girls and the women's team as well. This is the goal scorer, Luke Aldred, at the back.
The Pasifika team looks very, very organised. They just seem to have passes on all over the place.
Yeah, they space really well, and I think they know their shape. They're confident in their shape. You can't quite see it on screen at the moment, but the positioning of Zaynar Yuk and Adrian Smith on the opposite side of the field is set up for them to transfer the ball as soon as they want it. And if the Maori team overspread, then they work the Frasers in the middle of the field. And they just have a double option every time. There is the ball to Xander Fraser.
Like this.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of like clockwork.
Yeah, it's very tidy the way they distribute the ball. This is Ranieta Harris just trying to link up with Tim Greenwood going forward, but too far ahead, and it will be the Pasifika men's side.
Yeah. So it will be tricky for the Maori. They spend using a lot of energy on defense when they get the ball. I imagine they're a bit exhausted into attacking positions.
Yeah, that's especially when you're, I guess, asking them to go from a half-court press where they're having to run a lot because the ball distribution is still very good, to then run 50 yards forward and be the option going forward. So it will be expelling some energy. They need periods of possession, and they need to play some time at the right end of the field. Stan Scanlon down in the right attacking corner, just turn the ball over. It's Taimana Iverson down there, helping to work the ball out. And there's Iverson on the ball here. He has Huppy back in the middle of the field. And that's Vance Harvey out with the ball there, playing forward to Dylan Thomas. It's a great touch tackle there by Zaynar Yuk, just to put it onto the foot of Dylan Thomas, and Sammy Hewitt unable to pull it down under control. to link up with Peter Falstead. It's Tufuritoa Hapi at the back, not able to clear.
Oh dear.
This could compound error here with Falstead on the ball. Good bit of 3D skill.
Well done.
And they will get another opportunity here. The Pasifika men, if we look at the replay here, just a small error coming out of the back here. Compounded. Peter Falstead with some fantastic 3D skill, and that's going to give away the penalty corner there.
How can you, what's the best way to tackle that when someone's dribbling the ball up? Yeah, you can't get in and just clean them up, right? Like,
it's a really tough one. I mean, when you're that far down on the circle, you probably want your goalie to do as much of that work as possible if it's close enough to the goal. It makes things really difficult when guys can control the ball like that.
Yeah, well, ask Brett Lever what he'd do if someone was trying to do that.
I don't think it involves a hockey stick.
Ooh, off the crossbar.
Yeah, I think it was a stick save by the lineman, and then up into the crossbar. It sounded like two noises down here at ground level, but I don't know which order they were in. It was Luke Aldred again who shifted from the first bracket across to the second bracket and ran a little wrap for his flick, and it definitely has come off the crossbar at some point, which means it was very close to going in.
Yeah. It looked like it hit the underside of the crossbar and bounced out.
Yeah, it may have potentially gone crossbar stick, not the other way around, but
but there was some serious heat on the ball.
Oh yeah, he's just a young fella. He's probably only 20, young Luke, but he can flick.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, was playing his rep hockey out of Waikato and played for Midlands before moving up to play his club hockey now up in Auckland. And that's Zane Ayak just working the ball out for the Pasifika men's side. Tidy.
It's close.
Yeah, jury here to win. He'd be disappointed there that the whistle went against him. I don't know if he would have had quite enough time to make it there and get his shot away with how quickly that whistle ended up going, but
he would have told us. Of course he would have.
Yeah, I can guarantee his brother Connor is saying there's no chance he gets there. But anyway, that's first quarter over. It is 1-0 to the Pasifika men's side. So a penalty corner to Luke Aldred midway through the quarter there, and very nearly got another one after rattling the post or the crossbar on a second as we look at a couple of the highlights here. Both teams had opportunities, but it was this turnover that led through to a penalty corner here that opened the account for the Pasifika men's side. Good turnover from Jan Peterson, and we see Luke Aldred here on the first bracket. Nice hard low flick just inside the post. Fantastic execution there. And it was this penalty corner that almost got them a second. Peter Falstead here dribbling the baseline 3D. Just judged to not be clean defensively there. And watch the wraparound second bracket flick here from Aldred.
I did that last year before this game. Today I just realised
as we check this out, it is post and down.
Really pretty though. And especially at this time of the year.
So interesting decision there from the referee.
Yeah, no, it was exactly the same
with the
last
ball.
year.
I think he's given it dangerous play because the ball bounced up from the crossbar into a crowd of players.
Yeah, tough job that, trying to see everything that happened at that pace.
Yeah. But I must say, I've never seen the ball rebound off the crossbar untouched into a crowd of players at the top of the circle.
Yeah, and I suppose if the last person to touch it was the attacker, then it is advantage to the defenders. So, anywho, it is 1-0, and we are back out here for second quarter action between the Pasifika
I'll be telling
men.
my mates later today, guess what I saw? I saw this. It's never happened before.
Second quarter action here from the fourth game of the first day, our final game and final men's game for the day. between the New Zealand Maori Tāne and the New Zealand Pasifika men. This is Luke Aldred, the goal scorer, coming forward with the ball. Linking up with Zane Ayuk and Peter Felstead, but a little...
Yeah. I was going to say, gee, how much harder did you have to work to get a free hit?
Yeah. It sounded like a horse stable out there. All I could hear was, hey, hey, hey. Anyway, Tuwharetoa happy to run a link up there with Tom and Iverson. It's Dylan Thomas on the ball, just being challenged by Zane Ayuk. And that is Jury Hedawini. It's a nice little pass there. Just rolled onto the foot of Aiden Fraser. This is the thing.
I'd say, they did get dominated in the first quarter, but they'd be happy at only 1-0 down with the lack of possession and territory they had in that first quarter.
Yeah, and if they can continue keeping players around the ball, that's a very pretty pass there by Jury Hedawini. Unfortunately, they weren't on the same page, but if they can keep little periods of possession like that where they get numbers around the ball, they keep the passes nice and short, which is the opposite of what the Pasifika side are looking for, they may just be able to create a little bit of pressure and momentum here. As we see Taiman Iverson with the intercept. This is brother Hedawini Iverson. We're going forward with the ball at pace. It's good pace shown there by Hedawini Iverson.
Something else comes up.
I think he was trying to play for the not 5 penalty corner free hit there, but may have kicked it in the process.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been a good start. Good start from the Mark Wolf slip.
Yeah, certainly a more positive start.
Yeah.
It's,
seeing how they come out in the second quarter, it's like they were nervous or a bit intimidated by Pasifika in that first quarter. But now we're sort of, they're holding their own at the moment.
Yeah, they've settled in, I think, for the first quarter. This will grow a bit of confidence from a couple of attacks there that they want to keep building on.
Yeah.
This is Aiden Fraser in the middle. That's a great tackle there by Hedawini Iverson. We've got Dylan Thomas coming forward. Pretty average challenge from behind will be let to play on.
Yeah.
There's the Pasifika men down deep in the corner. Work small games out. It's Taiman Iverson linking up with Steve Atkinson. Back into Jury Hedawini.
That's good. Well played.
Steve Atkinson for a second chance. Yeah, didn't get the purchase on that he would have wanted. It's a great little play there from the Maori team, something we didn't see much of in the first quarter.
Yeah, that quick ball into the circle from the centre midfielder. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was Steve Atkinson pushing forward there just to give them a little bit extra go forward. Yeah, a little miscue there. I think was supposed to tee up with Atkinson, but
yeah. No.
I think the thing is for this Māori team is they're going to need to gain some fruits from this labour, and if they exert a whole quarter without any reward, it's going to be hard to keep up against the ball movement of this Pasifika team for another 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
they really would have liked to put one of those opportunities in the back of the goal there, and you get a bit of extra lungs after a goal and a bit of extra confidence that you might not have had from all the running.
And I guess the last thing you want is to concede like a bit of an easy one after having a few minutes of dominance down the other end.
It's Aiden Fraser looking over. It's a long one. It's going to get as far as Tai Wihare. And it's a good touch tackle by Tai on Tai Wihare.
Well, yeah, he's extended the... You probably haven't seen it, but where the shower is, he's made another...
Maori team will just come onto the ball here with Tuwharetoa Hapi.
Well, it's supposed to have a tuck, it hasn't got one. But,
we'll call it on purpose trapdoor play there.
Yeah. Oh, well played.
That is a hell of a finish.
Yeah.
Hale Pritchard
Yeah.
on a bit of 3D brilliance. Walks through the pretty rough challenge in the air from Stu Pitu as we see this. Here's
This replay's awesome.
Hale Pritchard comes onto the ball here, 3D, works through the challenge, and just bullet straight in over the right-hand guard of Callum Grassick in goal for the Pasifika men, and we won all. Just like that. We talked about periods and the Maori team looking under pressure for the first quarter. I've said that they needed to come out and get some fruits of their labour, and that's it. So they're going to have to keep playing this style because it's working for them this quarter.
Actually, I was just impressed by the first touch to, to get over this, bump the ball over the stick. I didn't know it was going to end up with a reverse stick shot into the back of the net. Yeah. I think he caught me mid-praising, and then before I finished the word, the ball was in the goal.
Yeah, for the people watching at home, Alpesh is actually overseas, so there is a little bit of a time delay here. So while he's talking about a fantastic 3D first touch receive, I've just seen the ball go in the net, and so it happened all very quickly. And this is the Pasifika men coming forward now through Tai Wihare. Terika Chase has done well enough to win the defensive free hit there. Yeah, very contrasting quarters.
Hard in your mouth stuff when you're defending in the circle there. Your first thing is don't give away a corner. Get your feet out of the way. But you've got to worry about actually trying to get your stick on the ball as well.
Yeah. He does.
You end up jumping out of the way and letting him have a free shot or something.
Yeah,
looks even more silly.
Does a pretty good job back there, Terika Chase. Gets low, moves really well. Not afraid to get in front of a shot either. So he was very good and tidy up work there. Maori men with the ball around the back. It is Terika Chase on the ball. He's played some NHL for Midlands, played some New Zealand under 18 international stuff as well.
Great pass.
Both players pulled out of their leads and nobody ended up with it.
Yeah.
This is Julius Talavau on the ball for the New Zealand Pasifika men. He'll look for Pitu in the backfield. And you can just see the difference here, Alpesh, where the Maori team were content sitting into that half court. They've pushed right back up again, but they have to be careful of the distribution ability in this Pasifika team.
Yeah. But it seems to work like, pushing up on the Pasifika. They just seem, be able to force the turnovers further up the field and then apply their own pressure. Yeah,
that's it. It's all risk and reward, isn't it? You're higher risk if you're playing in your back half only defensively. Greater reward if you can turn it over up there.
But then, I don't know. For me, I always found or depending on who you're playing against, but half court, people just stand. You got too many guys just standing around. Sometimes it's better. No, if you're standing around, get up on someone and do.
This is the goal scorer Pritchard here, under the eye of Stu Pitu on defence.
Good tackle.
Yeah, it's a good solid tackle. And well umpired there. Too often I think we see the umpire blow the noise for what actually wasn't much of an infringement at all. Sometimes sticks are going to come together.
Yeah, and especially carbon fibre hitting each other does tend to make a noise.
Oh yes, I imagine it is. It's
nice 3D skill there. Just not able to link up.
This summer. Yeah, well, there's actually quite a few of them because they're on people's farms. Yeah, and then they kind of cater for it.
We're going to go down Route 1 there for
Yeah.
The Maori team
Surprised he got through.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas just trying to bat one through.
Took a deflection, I think.
Because Ali and Marnie, the Marnie can't carry it.
There's Tuwharetoa Hapi up on the ball at halfway.
Catered.
He's got Callum Dempster there with him.
Yeah, but no, it's apparently.
Just getting some shaping here, trying to progress the right side of the field. Nice little interchange of players there.
Oh yeah, he loves Castle Point. I think he's been.
Actually, you can see the Pasifika slowly actually creeping up. Like they got their structure sorted out first, and then started coming out of their little half court.
Yeah, that'll certainly be led by guys like Stu Pitu, who will want to make sure that they're sorted first.
Yeah.
That is Stu on the ball there.
Oh, sorry, you're going to go as well.
He links up with Dan Scanlon. Those two have played a fair bit of NHL together for Midlands. Stu and Dan. And they get the fast go forward ball.
Yeah.
Well, nobody would have made that decision yet. It's very early. Yeah, I know, but
It's exciting. Just got a little bit loose on it there. Xander Fraser wanted to get the ball under control and probably find a pass.
This next year it'll be Rose's 60th birthday. November the 20th, like right at the end of November.
Maori team back out into that half court again, just to condense. There's 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's Zane Ayuk and Luke Aldred back on the ball.
Maybe I'll just have to organise it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually a little bit tired from all the attacking they've been doing at the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's,
no, they've just had a lot of ball.
Oh yeah, the Blue Ducks.
yeah, they got numbers coming forward again.
Oh yeah, that one.
Callum Dempster just unable to link up with Jury Hedwin there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit far for Ali and Marnie, but they probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's two very contrasting quarters so far in the way they've been played, but this is Scanlon coming forward. He's linked up with Kai Lear. But only as far as Timon Iverson. He gives away the free hit. The Maori team keep coming forward with the ball. This is Dylan Thomas. Yeah, how often do we see that, Alpesha? You just lose control of the ball a little bit and then try and throw one for a tackle and never comes off that well. We're coming into half-time now. We've just got under 4 minutes to play. The scores are level. Like I said, very contrasting quarters. First one, very much so Pasifika quarter, and this one has been dominated by the Maori team. So both teams will have bits that they like, and both teams will have bits that they don't. So coaches will have some pretty clear messages, I think, based on what has and hasn't been working so far in the game.
I guess, and this is about the time we have to make our score picks as well, right?
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
It's going to be another.
Yeah, I mean, we could just book one.
I don't know if we've got enough money to hire the turf for another shootout.
But if you book both, you've got the whole area to yourself.
Yeah. No, I think this one's.
5-4. There's a lot of goals to be had in that second quarter. Second half for 5-4.
Yeah.
Just a relieving bomb out of there. Brought down. But turnover in the midfield. This allows Pasifika men to come forward. There's Dan Scanlon on the ball. He just plays it out, receives the 1-2 back. That's nice passing around the edge of the circle. Good 3D skill there.
Well defended in the end.
Yeah, because that was really nice. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like this Maori team.
Is the clock correct or?
No, so we're about 2 minutes to play by our count.
some of the way up. Maybe.
Yeah, although it looks like the Māori team are pretty keen to just get through to this half-time break.
No,
Yeah,
not even
I was gonna-
there was a little sort
It's a
of
great infield break by Peter Falstead. He's searching across the field for Jan Peterson, finds him.
Ooh, that's a good tackle.
Wow, yeah, it's...
A Brett Lever style tackle.
Yeah, it's a physical challenge.
I have no idea. No,
Expected a physical game.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Here we go, this is Aiden Fraser coming forward on the ball. He's trouble on the turnover.
Oh, damn. Oh, unlucky.
He gets a
Well
shot away.
defended. Well defended in the end.
Yeah, they did well not
Feet out of the
to.
way.
Yep, so they did well to not infringe there on the 5-metre rule and on the shot challenge. Nice bit of skill there by Vance Harvey, and he's
Oh.
continued going forward. This is Jury Hedewini here. Vance Harvey gets it back.
Is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot.
This could be pretty.
What a pass.
Good save there by Callum Grassick.
Yeah.
That's lovely build up all the way through there. Vance Harvey with a couple of good touches breaking forward out of left half.
Just, yeah, stayed in the play. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, he was just before you
I guess it's easy to say, oh no, I'm just a left back. I'll stop at half somewhere. Nah, go the whole
So
way.
it was fairly early in the first half.
Yeah, for all of you joining us through Sky Sport Next on YouTube, the FIH app, or the New Zealand Heritage Hockey Facebook page, we welcome you to the broadcast. We're in second quarter action here, or just coming up to the end of the second quarter. I've just had a message come through from Jude Menezes, who's watching across in Japan. He's obviously taken up a role over there as the head coach of the women's national team. His son Brett playing earlier in the New Zealand Indian men's side, and he's planning to be here on Monday. He lands back into Auckland on Sunday, so it'll be exciting to have Jude along later in the week. He's along watching, so awesome first half here so far, Alpish. We're 1-1 between the New Zealand Pasifika men and the New Zealand Maori men. Like I said, two very contrasting quarters as we look at the highlights here. It was the New Zealand Māori men through passing like this that just came out in that second quarter and really went for it. They came out looking a lot different to the team that they were in the first quarter.
Yeah, chalk and cheese to the first quarter.
Yep, they had opportunities. There's a double opportunity, unfortunately a little backstick shot there. But they created probably half a dozen genuine opportunities.
Yeah.
This is the one that led to the goal here
Here's
with
the goal.
Hale Pritchard 3D over the skill into a resi, and that's straight over the right glove. It's a fantastic finish from young Hale Pritchard. But there was opportunity. This is Vance Harvey just at the end of the quarter there. Really imposing as well there, and just sets up the shot that is saved by Callum Grassick in goal for the New Zealand Pasifika men. But half a dozen good opportunities for the New Zealand Māori team, and they were able to convert one, which I did mention was going to be really important if they were going to be able to keep that energy level up. But 1-1. You're a coach in that Pasifika men's huddle right now, Opish. What are you talking about?
I'd be just going back to the first quarter and saying, look, what's changed? They were so dominant in the first quarter, and then it just appeared they took their foot off the gas, kind of thing, and let the Maori come back in.
Kind of like it is a
at the end of the first half, I'd say the Maori are actually on top.
I think you're right. Their dominance in the second quarter probably outweighed how much the Pasifika men did have. Yes, they got the penalty corner and they got the first goal, but you look at shots on goal versus shots on goal and circle entries versus circle entries. I think you're right. The Māori team probably do have the run of the game so far.
I guess one thing is we haven't seen the Maori penalty corners. We know Pasifika has a strong penalty corner battery. there. So, like, I guess if the game gets tight, yeah, the Pasifika will be backing the penalty corner routine to win it.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of penalty corners, this is the some of the highlight from the first quarter here of the penalty corner that did put the Pasifika men's side ahead. As you see there, Luke Aldred in the blue shoes set up in bracket 1. That's very clinical placement. That's where when kids ask, oh, should I put it in the roof? Should I put it? Just put it in the corner and put it there hard. It's still a goal.
Well, they've had 2 penalty corners. One went in right into the corner. One's hit the crossbar. I think their penalty corner works pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's very unlucky to not be a goal. Yeah. Now, as we sit into this halftime break, we see both teams there trying to find some shade. It has got hot out here at Kolmar Sports Centre out of Papatoetoe, but if you are around the Auckland area, make sure you do get down here over the next 3 days. We've got 3 more days of hockey, 4 games each day, and we'd love to see you down here. It's an awesome atmosphere. Have had supporters down here since the first game at 10 a.m. And the hockey has not disappointed. We've had 2 games go to penalty shootout already, and if this game continues the way it is at the moment, we could have another one.
It's going to be 5-4 this one. No penalty shootout. Okay.
I hope so. We're getting late dinner tonight.
Yeah.
As the teams come back out here, I'd just like to take a quick time to mention the sponsors of our tournament. Obviously, we can't do what we do without you guys and put on this awesome event for our players and for our communities. So thanks again to One Foundation for all the work that they do in funding and sponsorship. Thanks to MTEL and their digital technology solutions, the Barna Family Farms and all they do for the Indian and the sports and our hockey tournament community. Onyx Sportswear, the fantastic umpires kits, team kits, sportswear that is available. Eddie at Go Hockey, one of the best retailers of hockey and now cricket gear in the country. Blackwood Legal and all their professional advice and legal work. They're fantastic. Keeper Life, Phil and the team at Keeper Life who work through insurances and financial literacy. And of course Mama's Hangi for keeping tournament officials and volunteers fed over the weekend as we crack straight back into some third quarter action. It's the Pasifika men's team looking to start fast, and that's a tidy bit of skill there by Xander Fraser. He breaks through a couple of tackles. Is the Pasifika men's team in the white and grey and the Maori men's team in the black and red. As the Maori team do come forward here. That's Xander Fraser linking up with Peter Falstead and Jacob Balkake actually, who has played for the Māori team before.
Name?
Yeah, his mum Tina coaching the the women's team in the game earlier. There's young Jake playing for the Pasifika team this year. That is Callum Dempster just wearing the tackle of Aiden Fraser and linking up with Timon Iverson. They'll win themselves a sideline hit coming out of defence. As the sun starts setting, I don't know how well you can see it on the screen here, but it's going to be tough for the Māori men to deal with. It is straight into their faces coming from the car park end here at Kolmar Sports Centre in Papatoetoe. So, look for the likes of Luke Aldred and Stu Pitu to potentially throw an overhead into that sunbeam later in the game. It's going to continue to set and be really tough for the Māori team to deal with.
And even just looking forward, trying to find your forward options will be a bit tricky as well.
Yeah, especially when your team's wearing black and the shadows are black, and it does become hard to recognise quickly who your teams are. Certainly playing in white's going to be a little bit easier here. And Sammy Hewitt just gets one back onto Hidaka Chase there. wins himself the free hit and goes for a sit down. He sends Adam Kailea onto the field.
Like, you know, you sort of, you have those conversations.
It's Julius Tullival just rolling the ball back to Aiden Fraser. Stu Pitu through to Zach Buenamasi, who can't bring it under control and gives up the free hit.
In fact, there was one guy who stays there who's boomed on a spike or his car so loud that my house shakes when he drives down the driveway with it. It's really loud. Always hear it.
Good. Ball to the back.
Just seems a bit of a slow start to the second half.
Yeah, I think neither team want to be the first ones to make that real crucial error and overplay their hand early.
Cat and mouse. Yeah.
Here's Dylan Thomas with the ball here. He links up into his midfield with Iverson, and that's Hickson.
Never been able to handle that.
With hockey, like, stuff can change really, really quickly, right? Like the ball, you know, a couple of quick passes or something, and you got a shot on goal like that. You could, you know.
The fence is there.
That's Tehedika Chase, who has come from deep in his own half, got the 1-2, overran it, dived on the back line with one hand, and has managed to play the ball back across the front of the goal. That's fantastic skill there.
Yeah, it looks like nothing much is happening, but all of a sudden, stuff happens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those effort plays that can go a long way if it comes off. But does take a lot of effort. So here's a little overhead ball. That's the overhead down to Tai Wihare. He's got Jan Peterson ahead of him. Finds Peterson. He finds Kailea. And that is a very classy finish by Adam Kailea there.
Very, very good.
That's some nice play. That's the overhead I talked about. That could be difficult for the Maori team to bring under, as we can see here. Tai Wihare just links up with Jan Peterson. Jan with the nice little pass through to Adam Kailea. And that is a classy spin there through the feet of Harley Cooper in goal for the New Zealand Maori team. Puts the Pasifika men up 2-1 just 5 minutes into this third quarter here.
So about a minute ago I said not much was happening. We had a break down the left from the Maori, and a ball crossed and just missed it getting put in, and then Pasifika go down the other end and score. So yeah, amazing change.
Yep, and this period after points is going to be really important here. The Maori team looking to press forward and erase that deficit quickly. The Pasifika team will definitely want to be consolidating that lead. But there is an opportunity here down the baseline for the Maori team. It's well defended there. But you're right, Alpesh, things can happen so quickly and things can change.
Yeah. It, even just seeing after the goal, the intensity's picked up. It's like as if we needed to have a goal to get this intensity, but just everyone's running a bit harder.
Yep.
Now it's awesome.
He's older than me, he's retired.
It's Luke Aldred on the ball there.
Just tragic.
Happy to play the ball, keep possession. That's Aiden Fraser.
What he's done is kind of it's really hard to do. It's so unfair to someone who's young, just really to be attention.
That's a lovely pass through there to Tai Wihare. He's intercepted there by Ty Iverson.
Oh, but Hollywood.
Stan Scanlon on the ball, he does well there. That's a great pass to Peterson. He's got no one in front of him though, but he's going to have to hold the ball up, and he does that. He does well there, Jan Peterson. Obviously, for those familiar with Jan, played many years at North Harbour and also for the New Zealand Defence Force over a number of years. That overhead just can't be pulled in there by Adrian Smith.
He played for the Black. He played for the Black Suit.
Yep.
In the mid 2000s, I think. It might have been around I'm guessing 2004 to 2007, around that time.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Jandit, his jersey still hangs up in the North Harbour club rooms.
Oh, cool.
His international experience with the New Zealand side. He's always been an incredibly fit and physical player, even the number of years since his, I guess, highest level playing days. This is Kailea coming forward.
I'm actually surprised his shirt is up at North Harbour Hockey. I thought only Dave Kassouf has his shirt. Is there?
Yeah, people have to pay Dave Kassouf to get their shirt up at North Harbour.
What a great player he was for New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's has been for a long time involved with the New Zealand Maori hockey, and he's always down at the New Zealand Maori tournaments, and I'm sure we'll probably see him, unless the fishing's really good out in the harbour this weekend, which is his newfound love. I shouldn't say newfound, his priority one, perhaps. But I'm sure we'll see Dave around the turf at some point over the weekend.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if he comes to other hockey facilities without bringing 3 goals with him.
Makes a huge difference.
Just a little bit scrappy in the midfield there. It's taken out of control by Dan Scanlon and Aiden Fraser. It's, Adrian Smith unable to pull in the bouncer.
No, that's the thing.
That's the goal scorer from the second quarter for the Māori team, Hale Pritchard, just trying to get around Xander Fraser and doesn't get too far. Pasifika men with ball at the back.
They do with tears, but you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. He's done well there, Vance Harvey, just to get enough stick on the ball for it to get himself the free hit. Like I said, that ball's going to be tough to see in that condition at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you do, but you don't, no credit associated.
Good strong challenge there both ways.
Yeah.
It seems like the Maori have gone away from what worked for them in the second quarter.
No, Danny's
doesn't seem as much passing for the moment. Hope this guy's okay.
Yeah, Zayden Fraser's just he's collided there with Tufari Toahapi on the way through. A little similar to the last game, where I think just running a little bit overconfident past a player a little bit bigger than him, and just caught a body that doesn't move very easily. But Brett Lever's spraying some concrete on it by the looks over there as he walks off to the dugout, as only Brett Lever can. And we hope to see Aiden back out here pretty soon. But for now, the Pasifika men will keep possession going forward. They'll take the foot just outside the circle before the entry. There's a couple of little bounces on the way through, but not enough to gain any advantage from. Good change of attack here. Oh, no, the passing that had been so good for the Pasifika men's team just falling off there. And now we see them fall out into a half-court press. We've about 6 minutes left in this third quarter. It is 2-1 to the Pasifika men's team. And that is Luke Aldred linking up with... unfortunately, Sammy Hewitt unable to pull that one under control. And we...
It's actually... I'm surprised that there's 6 minutes to go in the quarter. It just seems like they've just played so much hockey. And, I guess the speed of the game, everything they're doing, just a lot gets done in the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if the players could continue playing this fast if we were still playing halves.
It's like just like highlights, a highlights reel that lasts the whole game.
Yep. And that's a green card there for Dylan Thomas for a pretty rough tackle through the midfield. He'll spend a little bit of time on the bench.
Coming down.
Okay,
Sammy
so
Hewitt's looking for the ball on the edge of the circle. Speaking of Samuel, just a quick shout out to Sam's family out in Coromandel. Obviously watching today's game, hopefully, as his old man is pretty unwell at the moment, but cheering on his young fella from afar. And we hope Sammy puts on a performance for you this afternoon. He's out there with the Pasifika men's side, representing his Cook Islands heritage for a second year. This is Xander Fraser, just happy to keep the ball under control around the back with Pitu and Aldred. Oh, we had a pretty good, close call there for the spectators.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to get a TikTok or something, but she almost got the ball instead.
Actually, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. In hockey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with the increase in the aerial ball and the shooting at goal being a lot faster and harder. And yeah. It's Huppy trying to link up the long ball, but it's not going to make it to his teammate. Coming up to just over 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter between the New Zealand Maori team and the New Zealand Pasifika men. Pasifika with the advantage, still 2-1 through a second half goal to Adam Kailea after scores were 1-1 at half time. This is Zach Buenamasi just linking in with, fortunately that is Aidan Fraser back on the field for the Pasifika men's side. So Brett Lever had some quick set concrete out there and he's good to go. Back on the field, which is good to see.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's Jan Peterson putting some pressure on going forward. They've come out of this half court. That's a lovely touch pass by Ranieta Harris there. Just finds Simon Arneverson and they take it quickly. Peter Felstead taking a swipe at it, doesn't work. It's Tiraka Chase. He just rolls it onto Felstead's foot there.
And they get something. Oh.
Get a bit of communication between the umpires.
And we got the right decision in the end.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no.
It'll be free hit out now for the Pasifika men's team. Just a little 50-50 up off the stick there.
Yeah, little slow ball into the circle. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good percentage option there. It just gave Pasifika a sniff to go for the intercept there.
That's a lovely turn from Aidan Fraser. He links up here well with Javan Jones. He's got Tim Greenwood chasing him. He's done pretty well there, Tim Greenwood. Javan Jones will keep possession for Pasifika. Only as far as Tiraka Chase. And he looks to open up the other side of the field. And we've got some go forward here for the Māori team.
Here we go. It's an opportunity if you can see the guy out to the right. No.
Just broke down a little in the midfield here, and this is Jacob Balkake linking up with Jan Peterson.
Oh,
that was a very scrambly little phase there. Harley Cooper's done well there to get his boots together nice and quickly. There's just a minute to go here in this third quarter. He's done well there to keep them at bay. It was Jacob Balkake. I think hunting in the front of the goal was Jan Peterson and Tai Wihare up there. I almost found their third.
Great composure. Yeah, great composure by the Maori defence there. Well, it's easy to panic when the ball gets so close to the goal.
And I think it also did the Maori team a favour.
Here's opportunity. Oh, seen him?
Oh, Jury Hedewini unable to finish it. But it's opportunity both ways at the moment, Alpish.
Yeah. So my 5-4 scoreline might still be on.
Wow. Oh, it's starting to get that way. It's going to go. Oh, and we've got a yellow card here.
Yeah. Who for?
On the whistle.
Who gets it? Yeah. No, there was just some mucking around there.
I think what it looked like is it was actually a free hit to the Maori team, and the Pasifika team stood there not wanting them to take it quickly. And by some argument either way, somebody has got themselves a yellow card.
Yeah. I mean, it looked pretty innocuous, but it was done on purpose. So yeah.
Yeah, especially at that point of the game with the scores as tight as they are. As we head into the third quarter break, and it's the final break for these two teams. We've got one more quarter of hockey between the New Zealand Maori team and the New Zealand Pasifika team. As we just check out a couple of highlights from that third quarter, it was this link up down the left-hand side early in the quarter. Wihare to Peterson to Kailea to the back of the goal, which has put the Pasifika men's side up 2-1.
Oh, okay, so
But both sides had their opportunities at different parts of the game. It's another one here for the Pasifika men, just not able to get one on target. And the Maori team had their opportunities going the other way. This is Tiedika Chase putting some work on Peter Felstead. This one just goes past the far post, off the stick of the Pasifika men's side. This is this rather scrambly piece of work there. It's Jacob Belkake and Peter Felstead trying to get the ball across the line for Pasifika. And then there was this last opportunity here, which saw Jury Hedewini just about get there.
Yeah. To me, they should have done it. Yeah, could have made the most of that one, because they did have a numbers advantage for a little while, just couldn't capitalise.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there was the that scramble in front of the Māori goal. I think if they look back on the tape, they'll be happy that that did go on for a little while, because I think the refs were about to get a card out for a tackle just outside the dotted circle before that all went down.
Yeah.
And instead it is the captain for Pasifika who earned himself the yellow card just at the end of that break. Jan Peterson there is sitting down. So the Pasifika men's side will be one short, for at least 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Well, lots of people aren't, like you just...
And I'm sure he'll be making a contribution to the fines kitty or something later today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the Māori team with first possession of the last quarter here, and that's Atkinson working the ball forward.
Well, this game hasn't disappointed, has it? It has been entertaining, it has been quick. Yeah,
it certainly has been physical too.
Still got a quarter of it to go.
Yeah. Now our last quarter of hockey here on day one at the New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament. This is our final game between the New Zealand Māori men and the New Zealand Pasifika men. 2-1 currently to the Pasifika men as Stu Piru comes out of the back end for Pasifika men. They will retain possession around halfway.
Well, because it is, because all they do is sleep and eat.
Big first game for both teams here, wanting to start their campaign off well. They played each other for third and fourth last year and didn't quite make it to the big dance, so both will be wanting to improve on that result. And a first up win here is going to go a long way to helping that. Alpesh, how might things change a little bit as this game continues to count down if the scores stay the same as they are currently?
Well, I think across the teams, I think that first of all, if we look at the earlier game, and all four teams are evenly matched. I actually think, okay, Pacifica will be happy with either of these teams will be happy with a win. Doesn't matter any goals. I'd be expecting maybe there's going to be one blowout score over the weekend. But what that means is that everyone is still going to be in the hunt for a finals place. So in terms of this game, I'd say Pacifica will get one, and then they'll basically shut up shop. However, if Maori are the next scorers, we'll be in for a great ride for the rest of the game.
Yeah, this is Kylea coming forward for the ball here.
But even
and he opts for the props route. Closest distance between here and the goalposts. Yeah, you're right. It is obviously a lot's going to be dependent on which team scores next, and these games are going to be evenly matched all tournament.
Yeah, even though if you're 2 goals down, or if you're 2 goals up, you can't afford to shut up shop either. I think the game's too quick. You can score a couple of goals. You can score a couple of goals really quickly. So, it's not safe until basically the final whistle, I think.
Yeah, until you're in those showers and the beer's in your hand and not in the others. This game can go either way. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I know Brett Lever enough to know that he won't be telling them to park the bus by any means. They'll be wanting to continue playing.
I think it was at Rio 2016 that Black Sticks playing Germany and being 2-0 up with a few minutes to play.
That's a tough watch. That.
It didn't go so well for us. Opportunity here. Good tackle.
Good tackle there by Zach Buonamasi, but it's only worked as far as the 25-yard line, and the Māori team have it back. They'll want to spend what they can to get this scoreboard even if possible.
Yeah.
So a little ball through there, little touch pass, entry. Good save, and they'll take the penalty corner for it.
Yeah. It's a good passage of play there. Sustained pressure. And I guess, I have to have a little bit of whinge about the defending. Dribbling the ball doesn't. Well, I don't think it works that often. So we had a good tackle, a little and then dribble the ball and return it over. I think, the other guys around the tackler have to just work a little bit to get open for a pass. Here we go.
First penalty corner for the Māori team that we've seen this afternoon. They'll have Stephen Atkinson set up on one bracket, and I think Jordan Thomas will set up on the second. It's gone to Steve Atkinson, and that's right down the barrel, almost in the identical spot as Luke Aldred's first one for Pasifika.
Yeah.
Again, we talk about where should I flick? Should I flick it in the roof? Just get it in the corner and get it there quickly. It's got a nice little bobble on it too, which is hard to stop as we see the end on. I think Callum Grassick does actually probably get the top of his stick to it, but that little bobble just beats him to the corner.
Yeah, it did look like he had it covered, right?
Yeah, it's well executed there by Steve Atkinson.
Yeah. Okay, it's all on.
We're all on now. 11 minutes of fast and furious hockey.
Is the 5-4 on?
I'll buy you a beer if it is. Great clean up there by Stupid, who doesn't get it too far away, but he does thwart the attack opportunity. And you can see that body language change again. Alpesh, you spoke about it in the last game. Just the chest puffs up a little bit. The legs have a bit of extra juice in them. The stick hits a little bit harder for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think weather
if the game ends at 5-4, Brett Lever will be tearing strips out of his team for either conceding 4 or conceding 5.
If this game gets to 5-4, Brett Lever will be on the field. He'll grab any one of his players' sticks and he'll be out there not letting it get to 6-4. I guarantee you. It is the Maori men still with attacking possession. This is period after points. They did just score from the penalty corner through Stephen Atkinson. That's a lovely change of point pass there. You don't need to get into that dribble.
Yeah.
Yep. Starting to get furious out there. Great open by Stephen Atkinson. That's way to work away from danger there.
Yeah, just settle things down, right? Settle things down and then start again.
Oh, that's not so settled.
Say that. Probably don't want to be.
He does all the hard work and then doesn't get that 100% option. It's a good intercept there by Tim Greenwood, but then gives it back. Little things like that are coach killers, especially when the game's tight like this.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps everyone a bit excited, though.
It does. Anything's possible. There is a little double turn over here. It's Peter Falstead coming forward with Luke Aldred on the ball. He's got Jan Peterson on the inside if he can find him. Just a free hit. Open up the other side of the field. Oh, he's gone for the Michael Jordan crossover between the legs. It's kind of cool. That's the goal scorer there, Steve Atkinson, just doing enough to win the free hit and relieving. Ball finds Jordan Thomas.
Okay, here we go. Oh, no, he's got a bit of work to do.
Good physical challenge there by Stu Pitu. Just knows getting his feet and body outside the circle. Oh, it's going both ways here.
What? Yeah.
We've got 8 fun minutes here.
Okay.
There's Sammy Hewitt just doing enough to win his free hit. Zander looking over. He's got Stu on his back, who will step onto the ball and take the free hit and allow them to get numbers going forward.
Just need some settling down. 3 or 4 passes.
Yeah, there's no way these teams can do all of this for another 7 minutes. We've got opportunity here.
Wow. Oh, what a finish.
Oh, wow, Luke Aldred.
He just flicked it over the goalie's shoulder.
That's baseline near side in the roof from Luke Aldred, who was playing as a promoted right defender.
Yeah. But what a pass that was.
Yeah. This from Jan Peterson. Through the gap, pass outstretched, Tim Greenwood. Luke Aldred into the roof. That's phenomenal. And Sammy Hewitt with a slide celebration there on the far post. So Luke Aldred puts the Pasifika men back up 3-2.
What a goal.
There's 2 goals there for Aldred. And you're right, Alpesh, that's a phenomenal pass from Jan Peterson. Thread the needle to his player on the baseline. And that momentum swung again.
Yeah. I mean, it was getting pretty scrappy there, right?
Yeah.
And then a couple of passes.
This is Tai Wihari on the
Probably
ball.
should be the blueprint for all the teams. Just make a few passes, establish control, and then apply some pressure. Like, the game, no need to panic. No, even the Maori now, there's loads of time.
Yep.
Loads of time.
Yeah, we've had the last 2 games sent to a shootout on goals on or after the buzzer, so there's plenty of time here. They just have to keep stringing passes together. Both teams have only looked their best when they string these passes together.
Yeah.
This is Peterson again. just too far away from Fraser. No, it has just gone over the back line.
Yeah, need the old ice hockey rules.
Yeah, around the back.
There. Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine the carnage? People running into the side of the goal. Oh, it's the Maori team with ball in the circle, and they've got themselves a penalty corner.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent work up there by, looks like Hedwini Iverson for the Maori team.
And so they never eat together. So
Alpesh, I don't want to owe you a beer, but 5-4 could be on the cards still there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a great carry on an angle there. He's just received that and turned.
No. And I guess, I mean, you can't expect to get much unless you're going to flick the ball up into the top corner from that, from the back line, like we just saw down the other end. So penalty corners the next best sort of thing. Okay, what do we got here?
Looks like we've got Steve Atkinson again on the first, and looks like Tufari Toa Hapi has called his number and come up onto the second bracket. He does have a pretty nice deceptive flick low.
Yeah, well, it was,
if it does go to him. It's gone first again. And it's come off the leg.
It's a penalty corner.
Yep, Dan Scanlon got out there pretty quick. Yeah, those two play a fair bit of hockey against each other down in the Waikato competition. Dan Scanlon for the Collegians Club and Steve Atkinson for Te Awamutu. So they'll have run that rehearsal a couple times.
They're playing for the wrong club then.
Oh, and that's money.
Oh!
Steve Atkinson.
Okay.
Steve Atkinson gets his second, so we've got a double to Luke Aldred, a double to Steve Atkinson, and we are 3-all across the board as we see the replay on the second penalty corner injected by Tihiraka Chase. First bracket, and it's...
just beat him for pace, eh?
And the Pasifika men want to come on a rampage quickly. That's Dan Scanlon, who's just run the corner down.
Good tackle.
Yeah,
Good
great tackle there.
Yeah.
Vance Harvey just trying to calm the boys down a little bit on the ball. Young fella doing the veteran job. 3-all. We're in for biscuits again. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And it's all on.
Yeah. Yeah, so back to the clubs thing before I was rudely interrupted by the goal. Yeah. No, Collegians, tell them to. No, they got to play for Fraser Tech. Tell them to go play for Fraser Tech.
Yeah, Fraser Tech not hanging around in existence too much anymore. Down in the Hamilton comp. Well, that's a good tackle there by Dan Scanlon. He comes forward.
Hey, just get ready. Yep.
Overhead will find Jan Peterson there. Steve Atkinson goes out to apply some ball pressure. Jacob Alkaki just unable to get it there. Tihiraka Chase with a little touch on the ball, so it will be possession with the Pasifika men's side through Xander Fraser. He's got Zaynar Yuk out here. And Drury Hedwini coming forward.
Is there
Oh, if that had come off, that's good shaping up play. But is the Māori team still with possession? It's Hale Pritchard, the goal scorer. Just taking it a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
There's Taiman Iverson on the ball there, just happy to play back to Tihiraka Chase. Good solid tackle there by Jan Peterson. We're on now if they can transfer the ball. Xander Fraser coming forward. He's got 3 ahead of him. He's now got 4 ahead of him. There's Peter Falstead. Oh, just the execution of the receive let him down a little bit there. Peter will be gutted. It's an unforced error there by Vance Harvey.
I'd say tight fatigue setting in.
Here we go, Luke Audrey coming forward with the ball. He finds Tai Wihare in the circle.
Yeah.
And that's just been rolled onto the foot there.
Yeah, just tired legs.
Yeah. Unfortunate there, Vance Harvey's just made a back-to-back error. There, as we do see the replay, it's Luke Aldred with a heads-up play, earns the first free hit here, and then goes at pace. Finds Wihari onto the foot there. That's unfortunate for Vance. He was backpedaling, trying to do his best. But with the hooter probably about to sound out at the end of this, yep. We will have one go at it.
Okay,
Luke Aldred
well,
set up at
wrong.
1. Adam Kailea set up at 2. And the whole team are up. Got Aiden Fraser to pull the ball out.
Oh, wow.
You wouldn't believe it, but Luke Aldred has hit the crossbar again. He hit it in the first quarter. He's hit it now again to try and win the game. He's hit the crossbar twice
But it was
in the game.
And it was the underside again, right?
Yep.
It's the underside of the bar. Unbelievable.
If we watch the replay here, they did get a good rebound and a second shot at it.
Yeah. No, goal.
Run this down.
Crossbar, if you tried
Oh,
crossbar, you wouldn't.
that's hit the roof.
Well played.
Great work there by
Goalie.
Zaynar Yuck, and even better by Harley Cooper. Double save there, and Aiden Fraser can't tip it over him. Wow, that is
Okay.
that's another finish for the books. We've got a for the third time today. We're going to a penalty shootout. For the people at home, we are 3-3 here at the conclusion of the game as we see the teams just go through and do their handshakes. There is no draws here at Heritage Hockey, so we are going to a penalty shootout, which will see 5 attackers from each team take turns in taking 8 seconds to try and score themselves a goal past the goalkeeper. And we'll do this for a series of 5 or until that 5v5 is broken. And we've seen 2 of them already today. Fortunately, most of the field is under some shade now if they move down one end of the field. But it's going to be tough on either the attackers looking into the sun or the goalkeepers looking into the sun.
I'll have a couple of
How do they decide which end to use? Do they flip a coin or something? Or
I would say
the
conditions usually have a fair part to play in it.
Yeah.
Usually the coin toss in the middle there is deciding on who goes first and who defends first.
Yeah. I guess, it's not like soccer where someone's scuffed up the penalty spot or something like that.
Or the home crowd sitting behind the goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's another fantastic game of hockey as we do see some of the highlights from the game.
Well, if all the games are going to be like the last 2, the weekend's going to be fantastic.
I would absolutely recommend anybody in and around the area to get down here this weekend. We're at Colmar Sports Centre, Friday through to Monday. That's the goal there by Steve Atkinson. Get down and see this hockey. It's free entry. Come along and support some awesome hockey, and you're not going to be disappointed if we see 8 games over the weekend that look like this. That's Luke Aldred with
8 goals like that.
Hell of a finish. Yeah, this is a phenomenal game here. And this one won the penalty corner, which did result in a goal. This is the 3rd goal here by the New Zealand Maori team. Stephen Atkinson up over the right glove there of Callum Grassick in goal for New Zealand Pasifika. And then this is in the last 45 seconds. Luke Aldred finds his way into Tai Wihare, rolls it onto the foot of Vance Harvey. And this penalty corner was for the win for the Pasifika men's side. And as he had already done so far this game, he's hit the crossbar. But some fantastic follow-up work twice by Harley Cooper has kept the ball out of the goal. And we are going to go down for a penalty shootout to decide the winner of this game. And like I said, for our people at home, this is 1 attacker from the 25-yard line has 8 seconds to enter the shooting circle and score a goal. They have as many attempts as they can fit into the 8 seconds, and we saw Nedish Suka from the last game have 3 shots at it in his 8 seconds before either the ball goes out of bounds in the goal or infringement is awarded either way. It is best of 5, and it looks like the New Zealand Maori team will take the first penalty shootout, and Callum Grassick will be in goal. So it looks like we've got the goal scorer Hale Pritchard stepping up for the New Zealand Maori team. He'll take the first penalty shootout for them. Oh, and it's the cardinal sin. Alpish, he didn't get a shot away.
Yeah. No, just a bit of nerves, I think.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to a skill that he maybe has rehearsed or likes to do, but just didn't get it away. Speaking of goal scorers, it will be the 2-time goal scorer Luke Aldred for the Pasifika men, taking the first shootout against Harley Kopa.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's rolled its way in.
Yeah.
Harley, traditionally a very tough goalkeeper to get past, but that one's just bobbled over the boot and rolled its way in, all in slow motion a little bit.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Thomas here for the New Zealand Maori team. Well saved there by Callum Grassick. Nice long barrier with the leg, active with the stick, and only giving one opportunity for the shot.
It looks like the goalie just really bossed it, didn't he?
Yeah. This is Julius Talavau for the Pasifika men's side coming up against Harley Kopa. They are up 1-0, the Pasifika men's side in the shootout.
Oh,
That's very calm and very well done. Yeah. For a pretty tall fella, that's a nice bit of stick skill. Double shook Harley one way, and he had to commit, and that's just a turn and push into the corner. 2-0 to the Pasifika. They're up 5-3 on the game score, and this is Dylan Thomas for the Maori team.
On now. Well done,
That's
great finish.
Very classy shootout that.
Yeah.
Little hesitation dribble, gets it outside the hip, and nice finish into the back of the net. They needed that one, the Maori team. Harley Kopa will need to come up with a save here against Xander Fraser.
Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, no.
Oh, he did everything right there, and unfortunately the 8 seconds was just a little too long.
Yeah.
He made the first save, and it...
Yeah. He did like the penalty corner right on full time for the double saves. Okay, so sudden death now.
Yeah, that's 3-1 to Pasifika, so this will do it here with a save from Grassick. It's Terika Chase. He's got himself in a bad spot.
Yeah, ran out of space.
Yeah. He just tailed off to his reverse stick a little bit too far there, unfortunately, Terika, and that will be the game. They've done it the tough way, the Pasifika men's side. They, like the 2 other teams have had to so far today, taking it to a shootout. It's a fantastic game again. Alpesh, we've been treated to 2 absolutely phenomenal men's games of hockey this afternoon here at the Heritage Hockey Tournament. This one finishing up a win to the Pasifika men's side in a penalty shootout, 7-4 after a final game score of 3-all. Goals to Steve Atkinson, Hale Pritchard, Luke Aldred and Adam Kailea. Alpesh, what do you make of that?
Well, it didn't disappoint, did it? We said what the game was going to be like at the start. It was going to be hard, fast, open. And we got a lot of goals, a lot of opportunities, and a lot of skill. So how exciting! I'm certainly glad I got to watch and commentate on the game.
Absolutely, that's probably exactly how we thought it was going to be. were treated to some absolutely cracking goals, a tense finish, a penalty shootout, 2 crossbars, some cards. The game that had it all. We almost saw Brett Lever get out there for a backing around at one point, which was awesome. Good game, and both those teams will be wanting to continue improving on pretty good performances today.
Yeah, I mean, look, well, the game ended at 3-all, okay, which is to me, really fair based on how the game, how the game went. Pacifica dominated early on. Maori came back into it, and it, but I guess for both of the teams, the coaches will be looking for longer periods of dominance, where instead of just getting 1 goal or something, they can get 2 or 3 goals in a quarter, and get that buffer and hopefully avoid the shootout. Yeah,
absolutely. I think teams aren't going to be too pleased going extra time too many times this weekend, but
well, I don't mind.
I don't mind it at all. From up here, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, it has been a fun day.
Yeah,
both the men's games and the women's games were really, really good.
Now I'm joined here in the booth by Harley Cooper from the New Zealand Maori men's team. Harley, fantastic work. It's a massive game, and it was always going to be a hard physical one against these boys. I think the last 2 games of last year's tournament played them as well. How was that out there?
Yeah, to be fair, it's always going to be hard coming into a tournament with no training, no practice, meeting the boys. But if I'm going to be honest, I think as the game progressed, we got better. Clearly, we needed to have maybe a more agile keeper in the shootout, but we did pretty well with regards to holding possession and trying to dictate flow in periods of the game. So it looked really well, but again, we've got improvement. Barbars tomorrow, we've got a lot of ability to get a lot better.
Yeah, you talk about improvement, and as we're watching the game, first quarter, tough one. The Pasifika team came out really strong. They moved the ball well. It looked like the Maori boys were just trying to hang on for that first quarter, but then the second quarter came out and the passes strung together, the legs started working, the team, it started to gel, and it looked really good.
Yeah. And
you see those periods there, and I you talk about improvement, and I think the improvement is extending those periods to more than just a 10-minute or a 5-minute burst of it all looking good.
Well, I think you're giving us a lot of credit for 10 minutes. I think that's pretty cool, but I think you're exactly correct with saying that. I think you're right. They did come out. They definitely wanted a running game at us. They were extremely well prepared. I know that Brett Lever is an amazing coach. He would have had a game plan. The boys would have been executing that game plan quite well. I think it was just a bit of an overall, like playing again in front of a crowd. The boys are going, oh God, where's mum, where's dad? So I think that they actually did play pretty well with regards to a lot of that sort of stuff. But again, I mean, Pasifika boys, they came out strong, both after both breaks, the third period and the first period, extremely strong. Clearly that must be something that they're looking at taking into their game plan. But again, as long as we work into the game, we're actually very strong. But the problem is if we take too long to work into the game, we're going to be on the back foot if we can't do that. So tomorrow against the Barbars, we can't do that. They've got a hodgepodge team, but they've got some absolute weapons through the middle of their pitch. So if we do that to them, we're not going to be very good in a good position.
Yeah, and from their game today, when they go forward, they go forward quick, and they go forward as fast and as furious as they can. So that's going to be a tough one, especially if it's as hot as it was today. But we wish you the absolute best for tomorrow's game. Can't wait. It's going to be another cracker. I'm sure all these games this weekend are going to be, I think, like that, close. They're going to be hard. They're going to be fast. And it's an awesome spectacle for our game. So not quite the result today, but well done. It looked good. It's a good start, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers. Oh, yeah. And just joined here by Stu Pitu from the Pasifika men's team. Stu, you went about it the hard way, like so many other teams had to today. Got there in the end. You'll be pretty pleased with the first up performance.
Yeah, not too bad out the gates. I think we started the game pretty strongly. Coaches gave us a really good game plan and some tactics to take into the game. So we came out the gate, I reckon, pretty well. Everyone was pretty happy with our first quarter in particular. And then I think the Maori team made some really good adjustments, and we were perhaps a little bit slow to pick up on the changes they made. And we just got caught out a little bit unorganised sometimes. You know, a new bunch of guys playing their first game together really as a group, well, you know, since this time, last time we played.
Yes.
Yeah, so just some organisational stuff that we need to work on, but all in all, not a bad result.
Yep. It was good to, we saw Aidan Fraser go off with a little bit of an injury there midway through the game. I assumed that Brett Lever just poured some concrete on it and he was good to go because he came back out about 3 minutes later, but he's all good.
Yeah, get the magic water on it. It was a classic little man running into a big man situation, and quite often the little man comes off second on that one, but he was fine. Get the magic water on it, good to go.
And good to see a strong contingent of guys from the Waikato region representing the Pasifika side. You know, obviously last year yourself and Luke played, and we've added in Javan and Dan Scanlon's here, and even Ty this year. So guys that you've worked with over a couple of years, both in a playing with, mentoring and coaching role. Must be awesome to see them playing at such a good level here.
Yeah, it's cool just to have a bunch of different guys from all around the country. It's cool to have some of the Waikato guys representing as well. Obviously that's where I'm from. I'm proud to be from there and my Pasifika heritage. And it's just cool to have as many guys out there representing themselves and their families and their Pacific nations. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys will have a big game tomorrow against the Indian boys. A couple of shootout winners going head-to-head tomorrow. That'll be a big one. I'm sure the Carver Bowl will wash away any sins of today, and you'll be ready to go tomorrow morning for that game. We wish you all the very best for tomorrow's game. Hope you pull up well, and we'll see you then.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
Now that brings the end of our final game of day one of the New Zealand Heritage Hockey Tournament between the New Zealand Pasifika men and the New Zealand Maori men. The Pasifika team pulling away in a penalty shootout to finish the game 7-4 after a 3-all draw. In a highly entertaining, fast-paced game here to finish off our day. For those of you watching through the skysportnext YouTube, here at New Zealand Heritage Hockey Facebook page and the FIH app, we will see you again for a slate of 4 games tomorrow.